My good greetings to everyone. In this video, we discuss Riders to the Sea, written by J.M. Sinch. Riders to the Sea is a play written by Irish literary Renaissance playwright John Millington Synge. It was first performed on 25th February 1904 at the Molesworth Hall, Dublin, by the Irish National Theatre Society with Helen Laird playing Maurya. A one-act tragedy. The play is set at Irishman in the Aran Islands, and like all of Synge's plays, it is noted for capturing the poetic dialogue of rural Ireland. The plot is based not on the traditional conflict of human wills, but on the hopeless struggle of a people against the impersonal but relentless cruelty of the sea. Let us see the main characters in the play, starting with Maurya. Maurya is the protagonist, an old woman. She is the mother of Bartley, Michael, Kathleen, and Nora. And she has weathered the deaths of her husband's father, and the rest of her sons. And then we have Bartley. Bartley is Maurya's last surviving son and the only man remaining in the household. He is very determined to go out on the sea to provide for his family, despite the grief he feels after the likely death of his brother Michael. Then it is Kathleen. Kathleen is Maurya's older daughter, about 20 years old. She has stepped up as the most capable woman in the household, since Maurya's age and sorrow have broken much of her mother's spirit. Next is Nora, an young girl. Nora assists her sister Kathleen in household tasks. She helps take care of their mother Maurya, even as she copes with all the deaths happening around them. So these are the main characters. Then townspeople are mentioned. Various townspeople, primarily the old men and old women, enter family's cottage at the end of the play as part of the procession bringing Bartley's body back from the shore. So townspeople play a role. Then the reference of the young priest is also there. Though the young priest never physically appears in the play, he is often referenced by other characters, particularly in the context of his promise to Maurya that God would not leave her destitute with no son living. And then Michael is Maurya's son, who disappeared before the action of the play begins and thus does not appear on the stage. So these are the characters comes in the play. Now over to the play. The play set on an island west of Ireland opens on a kitchen inside a hearing Maurya stirring in the other room. Kathleen hides the bundle in the tough loft and throws stuff down to feed the oven in which bread is baking for Bartley's journey. Upon entering, Maurya declares that Bartley will not go on the sea in such weather, and that the young priest will surely stop him. Nora tells her that the priest will not stop him, and that Bartley is determined to go cottage filled with nets, oilskins, and cooking tools. Kathleen, a girl around 20 years old, is kneading dough and spinning thread when Nora, her younger sister, asks the whereabouts of their mother, Maurya. After Kathleen tells her that Maurya is lying down, Nora presents a bundle that the young priest has given her, containing a shirt and stocking from a drowned man in Donegal, who may be their brother Michael. The wind blows open the door, spurring Kathleen to ask Nora if the young priest would stop Bartley, their last living brother, from going on the sea in such a storm. However, the priest had assured Nora that God would not leave Maurya with no son living after all of her prayers. Kathleen decides that she and Nora will not open the bundle yet in case Maurya walks in. Hearing Maurya stirring in the other room, Kathleen hides the bundle in the tough loft and throws stuff down to feed the oven in which the bread is making for Bartley's journey. Upon entering, Maurya declares that Bartley will not go on the sea in such weather and that young priest will surely stop him. Nora tells her that the priest will not stop him, that Bartley had a strong determination to go that day. A sad, quiet Bartley enters and quickly asks for the rope, which Kathleen had hung up to prevent the pig from eating it. Maurya attempts to keep Bartley from taking the rope, as they might need it if Michael's body washes up. So, then reflects on the injustice of having paid so much for the white boards to make Michael's coffin, since there is no body to bury it, and Bartley dismisses the idea that there is still a chance of finding Michael's body. As Bartley uses the rope to make a halter for his horse, he instructs Kathleen on taking care of certain cows once he is gone, though Maurya is skeptical that Kathleen could do either. Maurya questions how she and her daughters will live once Bartley is dead and continues to try to prevent Bartley from going out onto the sea. Kathleen firmly tells her it is the life of a young man to be going on the sea, and Bartley leaves. Maurya despairingly cries out, and she will have no son left by nightfall, and Kathleen rebukes her for not giving Bartley a blessing and sending him out with an unlucky word behind him. Realizing that they have also forgotten to give Bartley his bread, Kathleen sends Maurya to bring the bread to Bartley before he is gone, and while she is at it, to give him his blessing. Nora gives her Michael's old walking stick to steady her, and Maurya sadly reflects on the irony of the young leaving things behind for the old. With Maurya gone after Bartley, Kathleen and Nora have their chance to look through the bundle. Cutting through the knots, they take out the bit of stocking. After counting the stitches in the stocking, they realize it must indeed be Michael's, for Nora remembered dropping 4 stitches when making it. They are overcome with grief at the knowledge that Michael has drowned, lamenting that there is nothing left of his body but a bit of an old shirt and a plain stocking. Kathleen hears Maurya coming back up the path and decides they will not tell her about the proof of Michael's death until Bartley returns from his voyage. The girls busy themselves, and Maurya comes in slowly, still carrying the bread. Kathleen questions Maurya about what has happened as she begins to keen. Weakly and fearfully, Maurya reveals that she has seen Michael. Kathleen softly contradicts her, telling her that his body is after being found in the far north and he has got a clean burial by the grace of God. Maurya tells her daughters that as she tried to say, God speed you to Bartley, the words choked in her throat. She then saw Michael in fine clothes and shoes riding behind Bartley on a grey pony. Kathleen immediately begins to keen, believing that this is an omen of death for Bartley, and Nora clings to the young priest's promise that God would not leave Maurya destitute. As Maurya, grief-stricken and oblivious to her surroundings, recounts the ways in which her sons, husband, and father-in-law have died on the sea. Nora and Kathleen hear someone crying out on the seashore. Old women begin to come into the house and kneel down. Maurya asks Kathleen who has died and wonders how they would know if it was Michael after being so long in the sea. Kathleen declares that it is indeed Michael and shows her mother the clothes from the bundle. However, it is in fact Bartley who has died. Moreover, townspeople enter the cottage and Bartley's body is carried in on a plank with a bit of sail covering it. One of the women tells Kathleen that Bartley's horse knocked him into the sea. The women who have gathered in the cottage begin to keen as she anoints Bartley with holy water. Maurya speaks aloud to herself of how there is not anything more the sea can do. Despite her prayers, the sea has taken her last son and she now will have a great rest. Kathleen reflects on how old and broken Maurya has become, and Maurya prays for the souls of her sons and of everyone left living in the world. Maurya then declares that it is very one's fate to die in the end and that we must be satisfied. So with this, the play ends. That's all about it. Hope you have understood. Keep watching my videos, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and support me. Thank you.